Hey guys, so today we are going to be revisiting Hendrix when surgery. As you just saw, we have done this once before, about 10 weeks ago. During that surgery we focused on the eye area, but today we're going to be focusing on his gills. Hendrix spends most of his day now sitting up here in the corner. I think it's because he's become lethargic from not being able to breathe properly from his ginormous wen. What you'll need is a clear operating surface. We are going to be using a dining table. You'll also need to set up 2 tanks or holding zones. I have a 10-litre bucket with an air stone which I will use to anaesthetize Hendrix. You'll need the second tank as a recovery tank which is full of clean water and the same air stone I used in the first bucket. At this point I was ready to go ahead with the surgery. What I was going to do, because it was such a cold morning here in Brisbane, is rather than fill his anaesthetic bucket up with tap water, I was going to use tank water because that was more a temperature that he was used to. So basically I'm just taking the bucket here and filling it with some water of the tank that he is currently in. Now that we have our bucket full of tank water, it is time to catch Hendrix.
Come on, buddy. You want to breathe again? I know.
Don't ruin the light, fishy.
I know you hate it. I know you hate it. Here we go. This is your new tank. He's like, I hate it.
So now Hendrix is in his bucket and ready for surgery. I do get a syringe here and fill it with some water, and that's just to wet the gills so he can keep breathing during surgery. But I actually ended up not needing this, and you'll see why later. So basically, to start the surgery, what I'm going to do is take my little jar here and shake it up. This jar was supposed to have 3 drops of clove oil, but it ended up being 4. And we're going to shake it up really nice and hard so the oil and water mix together. And here we go. Now we just wait for Hendrix to pass out. So what you want to look out for is that the fish becomes slow but still breathing. He'll probably turn onto his side, maybe upside down. It takes Hendrix about 10 minutes to pass out with a total of 4 drops of clove oil mixed in with 7 litres of water. So at this point we're still waiting for him to pass out completely. He's still breathing and we're just making sure the air stone is moving around, mixing the water in with the clove oil. So now that we've hit the 10-minute mark, I'm going to try again doing surgery on him, and it looks like he's ready. So cutting the wen doesn't actually hurt the fish, he's only moving because he can see me and probably feel some tugging motions. At this point I decide that he's starting to move a bit more now, so I'm going to put him back in the bucket of water. This footage is not sped up, it is just the raw footage of the entire surgery. I felt like it was important to leave every little bit in here, so if you ever need to do this yourself, you know what you're getting yourself into. If you want, you can skip ahead to 15 minutes and 50 seconds, or even just put me on double time. And at this point I kind of just decide, let me try something different, and I decide to start cutting his wen while he's in the bucket of clove oil water. And this actually worked out really well. I was able to get my hand under him and manipulate him into positions that made me able to cut his wen more easily, and he was less likely to freak out and wiggle around while he was in the bucket of water. And this is the part where you get to move them around like a bus. So hold them gently under the water and push them around as if they were a little bus. This helps the water flow into their mouth and over their gills and makes their recovery a lot quicker. Showing everyone where I've cut Hendrix's wen off the front. This was intentional. It looks a bit rough, but it will clear up over the next few days and the loose pieces will just fall off. And this is Hendrix swimming around here post-surgery with all of his friends. I think it was a success. We did get a lot of wen out from behind the gills, but only time will truly tell if this has helped him. Thank you guys for watching.